A pleasant good night to each and every one of you in Georgetown, Guyana. Today is one of the greatest days in our country history. A day when every Guyanese should look into each other's face and ask this one question: who is who? Because they claim today is 53 years of the anniversary of our independence. But I want to ask my lawmakers some questions, especially our black lawyers, leaders, and the Indians also. I want to find out this carefully. I want to know if I am senile, if I am mentally ill, if I am the only stupid man on the planet. Because I was told when I was growing up, honesty is one of the greatest policies. And that is one of the greatest things, the key to heaven, to be honest. But when I listen to our politicians and how they play the game, one have to question, is George Correa really mentally ill? I want to know. You all will be the judge of it. 53 years ago, the British have left Guyana and said they give the country independence. But yet unto today, we have 241 or 43,000 East Indian descendants who happens to be cheap laborer, which I am also a part of. We also have approximately 219 or 221,000 African great-grandchildren who I'm also a part of genetically. Forget the complexion of me or my hair, but I am what I am. Now, why I'm saying this? As I can recall a little boy, all Africans in Guyana, all blacks, was crying out for the liberation of Africa. And this was the song of the day. White man must leave Africa. It don't belong to him. He must go home. He exploited the resources of Africa. He bring the black man out and enslave him. And yes, you might be right, and you ask for that. Today, ladies and gentlemen, the last African country to fall from the hands of the white man happens to be South Africa, with a great leader named Nelson Mandela. A man who could have wiped the race out, but decided to keep them, pardon them, and unite his people. There will never be another man like that on this earth in our lifetime. Not Gandhi, not even Jesus, nor Muhammad, because I can answer those questions when the time comes. And why I'm saying that? Our Brigadier General happens to be the leader of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. According to information, David Granger went to Africa to fight for his black brother during the 60s or 70s, and I congratulate him. According to information, it's alleged. As a soldier, he went to help his people with many more from Guyana, and I respect that and I congratulate you. But what amazed me, sir, today you are the president of Guyana. Your ancestor has met with other nations there, and the European that you call white man met them there also. They call the indigenous people, the first people of the land. You asked for Africa to be liberated and free, and every African nation are free today, because if it is not a black man ruling it, it's a black woman ruling it. India, you Indians too, you ask the white man to leave India because you Indian want to rule India. But today in Guyana, you want to rule it, but you also made Arawak Indians there, indigenous people there. But you give me a book called the Holy Bible. All of you swear on it to honor the laws and obey the laws of God and to do the right thing in this world for humanity. But all of you forgot one little commandment. Thou shalt not covet thy brother's property. Does you all forget that one? You Indian was asking about India to be liberated. No white man rule you. You have an Indian leader. You Africans was doing the same for Africa. No white man, Chinese or Indian rule you. You have black leaders. Why in your right mind you think you must rule Guyana and call yourself a leader for a country when you know where you come from? You identify where you come from, but you're not going back. You Indian the same. Now these indigenous people, they have oil, gold, diamond, you name it, and you are enjoying it for 53 years. You exploited their women, raped them, lied to them, put them in whorehouse, but yet you talk about slavery and cheap labor. If there is the will of God and he come here, I think y'all are going to hell. I think you all are going to hell. You also make laws to deny people their rights. In the law books, if I rob the bank or a jewel store, and I give it to Tom, Dick, or Harry, and they get caught with stolen property, according to your law, they get more jail than the man who stole the property. But what amazed me, you all get Guyana and you call it independence, which means all of you should be arrested and charged and should be going to prison for that, because you collect stolen property don't belong to you. Can an Amerindian, a mixed race, go to India and rule it and claim that is where they're from? Or China? Or Europe? Or Portugal? Or Africa? Think of it, ladies and gentlemen. So before you pick up the Bible and go to church and call upon Muhammad and Jesus, start to clean your bloody shit up. It is smelling around you. You are thieves. All of you are thieves. You all are corrupt. And I said it to you. My God said that fair is fair. And even your Jesus you talk about, he said, do unto others as you would like them do unto you. Which means, if you kill my father, I'm going to kill yours. If you kill my children, we're going to kill yours. We're going to keep on killing until somebody decides to stop. But is that an answer? Is that civilization? Animals kill for reason, only to eat. We kill for fun. And we talk about robbery and killing when your political powers in your office, you have a lot of criminals with you, killing people, using the law, using the police, using criminals from jail to do your dirty work, but you go abroad shaking hands with dignitaries, calling yourself Mr. President, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. King. Listen to me. A lot of you, and I said it here tonight, a lot of you will play with your filth before you die. A lot of you will eat your filth before you die. And who said it better than your Jesus? He said, what does it promise a man? To gain the whole world, but lost his soul. Is your life he talks about, fool. And a Calypsonian made a song. You do all the wrong thing to your brother, and you are in the cemetery and your wife is spending the money with another man. Does it worth it? Think of it. Or your children destroying it. Think of it. You are telling me to believe in the law that you make. You are telling me I mustn't thief, not accept stolen property, and buy stolen property, but you call yourself Guyana independent, but you are the leader. Why is not an Amerindian? Why the Chinese is not fighting for it? Why the Portuguese is not fighting for it? And every time the Amerindian get up and talk about their country, you're all telling them, you bush people, where you think your ancestor came from. You're no different from them. But don't worry. What goes around comes around. And what goes up must come down. You can take it how you like it as lawmakers, but I want you to look into your face of your children before you sleep. Because plenty of you may not wake up tomorrow with the right idea, the right sense, and the ability to remember their name. Think what you're doing to people, and you're going to a church, and you're tearing the church walls down, calling on Jesus. This month is Ramadan month for Muslims. You hypocrites going and keep your fast calling for Muhammad. If Muhammad and Jesus come to your rescue, they both should have been killed the way they killed. Because they rebel against this nonsense, what you all are doing. And the Hindus, there's no story better than the one that was told by your Ramayana. Your Ramayana talk a story concerning a great war. And it called the Mahabharata War, where you all fight for wealth. And I see what is happening. And all of you say your religion is the greatest. Does your religion teach any one of you, Muslim, Christian, and Hindus, then your religion teaches you to thief? What are you doing with the law books in the courthouse when 98% of the judges listen to you corrupt politician and jail innocent people? Throw the Bible out or the Quran, because all of you are corrupt. But I tell you what, 60 days after tonight, 12 o'clock, mark it, God shall perish Guyana. It will be a disaster that you will not be able to stop. You all are worse than Morgan the pirates who robbed the ships in the ocean, because you all are pointing gun to the Amerindian. Second to the Amerindian is the mixed race. They cannot go to India, Africa, China, and Europe and said they belong, they want to rule it. Think of it. Food for thoughts. This might be your only last chance to make correction. Make the Amerindian leaders of their country, and we will stop the border clashes and war. Make all jobs equal to every race, not one race only or two. All, man and woman, must be given an equal opportunity. And that is the prosperity, and Guyana will go forward. Let's intermarriage and unite and save Guyana. If not, another country will soon be our master. Have a good night.